Linux distros. Linux isn't just one operating system. It's a whole family of operating systems. At the core of them all is the Linux kernel, which acts as the heart of the system, controlling hardware, memory, and processes. But what makes one version of Linux different from another is the distribution, or distro for short. A distro combines the Linux kernel with a specific set of software, desktop environments, and management tools. You can think of it like a recipe. Every distro uses the same base ingredients, but each one mixes and flavors them differently. Some are simple and lightweight, built for speed. Some are designed for servers and enterprise systems. And others focus on beauty, convenience, and accessibility for beginners. Let's explore the most popular and important Linux distros, what makes them unique, who they're for, and why people love them. Ubuntu. Let's start with the king of beginner-friendly distros, Ubuntu. Ubuntu is often the first name you hear when people talk about Linux. It's built on Debian, but with a friendlier interface, frequent updates, and polished design. Ubuntu is known for its stability, ease of installation, and massive software support. It's available in multiple versions. Ubuntu Desktop for everyday users, Ubuntu Server for web and data systems, and Ubuntu Core for IoT and smart devices. Every 6 months, Ubuntu releases a new version. But if you prefer reliability over bleeding-edge updates, Ubuntu also offers long-term support versions, which receive security and stability updates for 5 years. It's perfect for anyone switching from Windows or Mac OS, simple, stable, and well-documented. Debian. Debian is one of the oldest and most respected Linux distros. It's the foundation for many others, including Ubuntu, Linux Mint, MX Linux, and dozens more. Debian's philosophy is all about stability, freedom, and community. It moves slower. Updates are tested thoroughly before they're released. That's why servers and developers love it. Debian rarely breaks things. It also has one of the biggest software repositories in the world, meaning you can find almost any program you need right from its package manager, apt. If you want reliability and control, and you don't mind setting things up yourself, Debian is like a strong, dependable old friend. Fedora. This distro is known for being cutting edge. Fedora is sponsored by Red Hat, which makes it a playground for new technologies. It's where innovations are tested before they reach Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Fedora releases a new version roughly every 6 months, keeping it fresh and modern. It uses the DNF package manager, and it's one of the first to adopt the newest Linux software, from kernel updates to new desktop environments. Developers love Fedora because it's fast, clean, and always up to date. If you're the type who enjoys experimenting and staying ahead of the curve, Fedora is the distro for you. Red Hat Enterprise Linux. This is a commercial distro, meaning it's not free, because it's meant for companies. It's used in data centers, cloud infrastructure, and big corporations. What makes RHEL stand out isn't flashy looks, it's support. When companies pay for RHEL, they get guaranteed updates, patches, certifications, and professional assistance from Red Hat engineers. It's like having a safety net. If something breaks, you're not alone. RHEL is the backbone of many mission-critical systems across the world, from banks to hospitals to government servers. CentOS Stream. For years, CentOS was known as the free version of Red Hat, identical, but community-maintained. That changed when Red Hat introduced CentOS Stream. Now CentOS Stream acts as the preview of what's coming next in RHEL. It sits between Fedora, which is experimental, and RHEL, which is stable. This makes CentOS Stream great for developers who want to test software that will soon appear in Red Hat systems. Think of it as an early access version for enterprise environments. Arch Linux. Arch isn't for beginners, it's for people who love total control. When you install Arch, you start with a blank canvas. No desktop, no unnecessary software. You build your system piece by piece. Its philosophy is keep it simple. But simple here doesn't mean easy. It means clean, minimal, and efficient. Arch uses a rolling release model. Instead of reinstalling new versions, your system continuously updates to the latest software. The Arch Wiki, its documentation, is legendary. It's so detailed that even users of other distros use it for help. If you want to understand how Linux truly works under the hood, Arch is your teacher. Manjaro. But not everyone has time to build their system from scratch. Enter Manjaro, a user-friendly version of Arch. Manjaro gives you all the power of Arch, with a beautiful desktop, easy installation, and automated updates. It comes in flavors like X, KD Plasma, and GNOME, letting you pick your look and feel. It's fast, secure, and beginner-friendly, perfect for users who want Arch-level performance without the hassle. Opensuse. This one of the most underrated distros out there. It's professional, elegant, and extremely versatile. You can choose between Leap, which is stable and release-based, or Tumbleweed, which is rolling release and always up to date. What really sets Opensuse apart is UST, a control center that lets you manage everything. Software, hardware, networking, users, all in one place. It's like a Swiss Army knife for system administration. Opensuse is great for both desktop users and IT professionals managing multiple systems. Linux Mint. This is one of the favorite among new users. Mint is built on Ubuntu, but it's designed to look familiar to Windows users. You get a taskbar, start menu, system tray. Everything feels intuitive. It's lightweight, stable, and comes in 3 main desktop flavors. Cinnamon, modern and polished. Mate, classic and lightweight. X, ultralight and fast. Mint focuses on comfort. You don't need to use the terminal for basic tasks. Everything works out of the box. If you're switching from Windows and want something that just works, Mint is your best first Linux experience. Elementary OS. The Mac OS of the Linux world. It's based on Ubuntu, but redesigned from the ground up with a focus on design, minimalism, and speed. Its Pantheon desktop is clean, modern, and distraction-free. Everything feels cohesive, from icons to animations. It's great for creative professionals, writers, or anyone who values simplicity and beauty. Elementary OS also has its own app center, focusing on privacy-friendly, open-source software. Kali Linux. Kali isn't your average desktop system. It's built for cybersecurity professionals, penetration testers, and ethical hackers. It comes preloaded with hundreds of tools for network scanning, vulnerability testing, and digital forensics, like MAP, Metasploit, and Wireshark. While anyone can install it, Kali isn't meant for casual browsing or gaming. It's a professional toolkit wrapped in a Linux shell. Use it responsibly. Zorin OS. Zorin OS is another distro designed for comfort and familiarity. It's based on Ubuntu, but what makes it special is its visual flexibility. You can make it look like Windows 11, Mac OS, or even classic Ubuntu. It's super beginner-friendly, comes with all the essentials pre-installed, and runs smoothly on both new and old hardware. Zorin OS is perfect for users who want a Linux system that feels like home right away. Pop_OS. This is made by the computer manufacturer System 76. Pop_OS is built with creators, engineers, and gamers in mind. It's optimized for performance, especially on laptops with NVIDIA or AMD graphics. It also has auto-tiling, meaning Windows automatically arrange themselves as you open them, making multitasking incredibly efficient. Pop_OS focuses on productivity, sleek, modern, and powerful out of the box. Deeplin Linux. One of the most visually stunning Linux distros. Developed in China, Deeplin focuses heavily on design. Its desktop environment, the Deeplin Desktop Environment DDE, is smooth, modern, and customizable. It's like a mix of Mac OS elegance and Linux flexibility. However, it can be heavy on system resources. If you love eye candy and want a beautiful, unique Linux experience, Deeplin delivers. MX Linux. This is known as the mid-weight distro. It strikes a balance between performance and features, not too heavy, not too light. It's built on Debian and uses the X desktop, so it runs great on older hardware. MX Linux includes handy tools for managing updates, drivers, and backups, all without needing to use the command line. It's great for everyday use and for reviving old computers. Alma Linux and Rocky Linux. After CentOS changed direction, 2 new heroes emerged, Alma Linux and Rocky Linux. Both are free open source and binary compatible replacements for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. They're built by the community, for the community, ensuring that businesses still have reliable enterprise-level Linux systems without paying for RHEL. If you want stability and long-term support for servers, these two are perfect. Slackware. Slackware is one of the oldest Linux distros still alive. Slackware keeps things traditional. It doesn't automate much. You set up everything manually. That might sound intimidating, but it teaches you more about Linux than any other distro. It's clean, stable, and extremely fast once configured. If you want to experience Linux in its purest, rawest form, Slackware is the classic. Gentoo. Gentoo isn't just about installing Linux. It's about building Linux for your specific hardware. You compile every program from source code, optimizing it for your CPU and system. It takes time, sometimes hours or days, but you end up with a system fine-tuned to perfection. Gentoo isn't for everyone, but for die-hard enthusiasts who want maximum control and performance, it's an art form. And that's the beauty of Linux, freedom. You're not stuck with one system or one look. You can pick the distro that matches your needs, your hardware, and your personality. Whether it's Ubuntu for simplicity, Fedora for cutting-edge features, or Arch for total control, there's always a Linux distro waiting for you.